Morning, everyone. Well, okay, so today we have an action-packed, value-packed presentation with Travis Tom. So we're just going to jump right into it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. I am Marissa Tour with the Heritage Escrow Company out of the Carlsbad branch here off Palomar Airport Road. And we're going to do a quick intro of our other lovely sales reps. We have Jara Payne. She represents our Rancho Santa Fe branch. We have John Curry in our Balboa Park office. We have, good morning.
Good morning.
Tara Armstrong in our Temecula branch. And I will give a quick shout out to our Irvine and Temecula branches as well. Alrighty, jumping in, quick intro on Travis Tom. Travis Tom is the co-founder and CEO of Elevated REM, is an industry-wide recognized Facebook marketing expert and certified Facebook marketing partner. Travis's 20-year background in real estate provides him an in-depth understanding of the market needs of agents, as he has used his knowledge and experience from his advertising agency for real estate to create national and hyper-local campaigns, leveraging advanced retargeting and lead generation strategies that have helped close over $500 million in closed real estate sales for his clients. Travis has consulted multi-billion-dollar publicly traded companies on their social media strategies. He also coaches and consults hundreds of agents across the nation. He serves as a consultant and advisor to Facebook's real estate vertical and recently launched a new software for his listing agents called Walled Garden, which is one of the things we will be talking about today. So with that, also I will make a quick point. We're going to save the Q&As afterwards. If you have any questions at the end, you can go ahead and reach out to your local reps that I just mentioned, and we'll try to get those questions answered for you. So with that, Travis, would you like to jump on in and take over?
Yes, thank you very much. Certainly appreciate the intro there, and thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today. Really excited about the information we're going to share with you. The market is absolutely crazy, as we all know, and that's kind of my comfort zone. So you're in the right hands. We're going to walk you through a couple different things and a little bit of small background on me. I've been in the real estate industry for 20 years. I started real estate actually myself when I was around 18 years old. My first 3 years of real estate were pretty miserable. A really difficult time for me. My first summer, I door knocked on 2,500 homes. I heard no 2,500 different times. And it was definitely a huge learning experience. A lot of energy and effort that comes out in sales, right? It can be an exhausting experience. And me being so young, I look much older now, so I have some kind of credibility, right? Just by looking old. But back then, I didn't really have a lot of credibility. So I had to learn internet marketing and learn it pretty fast to be able to position myself as an authority figure and an expert, but generate leads and be able to provide something that's an item of value, to build a reciprocity, to be able to build a connection and trade information for information. And typically what that was for me was starting to build a walled garden around my listings. And that's kind of a lead generation term, basically, where you have information about a specific property and then you put lead capture in front of it. And quickly, about after a year of doing this and starting to build single property websites and learning Facebook ads and starting to then develop a marketing strategy around that, I quickly grew to have around 271 listings. And that was a really exciting time because I grew my team to 34 people. I grew it into 3 different real estate companies. And it was this methodology that helped us really grow, which was being able to market every listing and squeeze every marketing juice we could out of every single listing we had. So our whole goal with every listing was to get 2 buyers in 1 listing from every listing we promoted. And that's how we built this massive amount of listing inventory, which created a huge sales force for us. And it really drove the success of our little brokerage and our market. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. but more importantly, how to do it without wasting your time, without having to learn Facebook marketing, without having to go in the Facebook ad manager, without having to really even build a single property website or hire a designer or learn how to, or shell out thousands of dollars. I did all of those things and I did it the hard way. But through my experience, we've developed a way for you to do it in less than 30 seconds. So I'm going to dive in and show you exactly what that looks like here. And this is our software called walledgardenhq.com, or that's the domain name, but Walled Garden is what it's called. And Walled Garden is a Facebook marketing software. It's a software that we have built that has basically taken everything in my brain, downloaded it, and woven it into the software to do it for you. So we wanted to build something that's really simple, really easy, that allows you to be able to go back to what you're really good at, and listing and representing buyers and getting closings done. The marketing part should not be difficult. And we all have gone through and tried to create Facebook ads and getting ads rejected or denied, and all the targeting, that has been changed. It's a difficult maze to navigate through. So I'm going to walk you through some basic steps on how to get started. So Walled Garden, log in here or here. You'd go through this Mls Domain Verification, which then you simply just go through and you choose the MLS or state that you're with, and then you can type in your MLS listing ID of a specific listing you want to promote, or your agent ID, which will populate all of your listings. Or then you can type in the office ID, which is going to be then your office listings. Or if you get permission from another agent to market their listings, you can do that as well. Now you'll go through, you'll log in, and you'll see all of your listings. So here, you can go ahead and see all the listings that are with this person here. I'm going to pretend that I'm Dominic Cerna today, and I can see all of his listings, right? They're auto-populated, pulled directly from the local MLS. So I can hit view Facebook ad, and then that's going to instantly create the Facebook ad for me. Cool part about this is that it instantly creates all of the ad copy for you. It pulls in the photos directly from the local MLS. It has the headline, the call to action, some basic stats on the property. What we've done here is we've really wanted to make it as easy as possible to develop and build a Facebook ad without having to upload photos, think about any kind of copywriting that you have to write. We have gone through about 10,000 different ad campaigns where we have what's called top copy. So up here, I'm going to click on this. This part up here is called top copy. It's typically what people are going to see to grab their attention and tell them what to do and kind of pull them in a little bit more. So we've gone through and we've developed a handful of different types of top copy that you can go ahead and choose. Now, we've handpicked these based on big data on what works and what doesn't work to get the basically the highest click-through rate. Click-through rate is people clicking on the ad, becoming a lead, and then moving through. So the more the higher the click-through rate we get, then the more leads and lower cost per lead, right? We get then a much more higher traction in the Facebook algorithm as well. So I'm going to choose this one here. If you want to edit this, you can, but this is pulled directly from the local MLS, the description. I call this teaser copy because it typically gives people just the first 3 lines, leaves them wanting a little bit more, and they click to then find out more about the property. Now, this ad imagery is pulled directly from the local MLS. Again, you can scroll through and choose the best one. Now, what we've seen through eye tracking studies with Facebook is that the exterior image of a home is going to get the higher click-through rate versus an interior image. So choose wisely, choose the exterior image that you feel is going to best represent the property to get people's attention. And then voila, we now have our Facebook ad. We've got the image chosen. We have the ad copy there. Now for this part, ad duration, how long do we want the ad to run for? We've got a minimum of 10 days. Anything less than that is going to have suboptimal performance in the Facebook algorithm. So if you're doing that on your own, try to keep it 10 days bare minimum. You can scale it up to 30 if you want, but for this example, let's say 10 days. Now, our budget is $10 a day. We're bidding a little bit higher in the ad auction to beat out our competition and get more reach, get more eyeballs. That way we get more people clicking on it. Now, from here, we can see the targeting options. We can target the 15-mile radius around the property address, or we can target completely different city. if you want to target people in, let's say, New York or Florida or Portland, Oregon, we have the ability to do that. But if you just want to have it as a default, it's going to target people within a 15-mile radius around the property address. Now, the targeting is unique in a different way because we're leveraging around 50,000 unique data points of the user base on Facebook. We are leveraging and aggregating all sorts of types of data based on the behaviors and habits online and offline. So people that have looked at Zillow, Realtor.com, or maybe they looked through an online mortgage calculator, or maybe they went through some sort of Credit Karma to check on their credit, and maybe they shared an article with a friend about first-time home buyer grants, right? Whatever it might be. We're targeting people based on that kind of alpha stimming targeting, but also we're targeting people that own a home in that local area, and people that also rent a home. So you have a nice batch. It's a nice mix. Typically, it's about a 80-20 mix. 80% are going to be buyers, 20% are going to be people that own a home that are also then looking to buy in the near future. And I'll talk to you about the strategy on how to convert those into seller leads in a minute here. So our ad spend is $100. Of course, that might change if I was to increase the number of days there. So some simple math, 10 days, $10 a day, $100. Our service fee is that right there. And then hit I agree, hit purchase. And then we're going to type in our credit card details. Once we do that, we leverage the Facebook Marketing API, which means that our ads basically get expedited and they get sent out through Facebook within about 5 minutes. So they go through a really quick review process. So instead of it taking hours or days to kind of go through this process, we have Facebook look at the ad and say, yes, it's met all of our standards. We're going to green light it. It's going to go out within about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's off and running. Now it's targeting all those people in that local market or the market you chose to target. And when they click on the ad, it's going to flip around into what's called a Facebook lead ad, which is basically a little mini form inside of Facebook. We ask for their name, email, phone number, and then when they plan on buying a new home. Next 30 days, and then all the questions all the way up to 12 months and just looking. So we have some sort of heat priority index on when they plan to buy or sell, whatever it might be. So we extract that information. Those leads are then sent to you via text message, via email, and then you can easily route them to your favorite CRM through Walled Garden. We work with every different type of CRM. There's multiple different ways to engineer, hook that up with just an email or using Zapier. And it's really, really simple. So when they click on this ad, they become a lead. But the cool thing is every time you create a Walled Garden ad, we instantly create a beautiful single property website in less than 50 milliseconds of creating the ad. So when you create an ad inside of Walled Garden, as soon as you go through this process here, we instantly build this for you. And that way the leads are sent to this mobily optimized, fast loading website that has a nice design to it. So it has these kind of best in class standards of how it's presented on the web. And they get all the information that was promised. And it just has just some nice kind of imagery all together, right? It's a great way to also impress your clients, right? Your homeowners. So the sellers know that you're using best in class digital marketing, and they look at this and go, wow, you guys really built this for me. This is great. And you're driving traffic to it. So you're generating leads, driving into the single property website, and you're building your pipeline. Now, the cool thing with this is that because we have spent millions of dollars in Facebook ad spend over the past 7 years, we've aggregated a lot of data of what works and what doesn't work in terms of marketing, listings, and Facebook ads. So we have taken all the key elements of campaigns and then woven it into the software. So that way we get a much higher amount of leads at a much lower cost. A lot of it also has to do with the performance of the single property websites. Facebook looks at websites and says, does it take longer than 2.5 seconds to load? Is it mobily optimized? Does it have the right metadata, schema data, updated privacy policy? Is there continuity clean? Does it carry over from the ad? So the ad imagery, does it carry over to the website? From the ad, does the ad copy carry over? All of those important things. There's about 27 unique identifying items to look for. We've woven that in here so it dovetails directly to the Facebook algorithm. So that way, we get a much higher performance. Because if you don't have those things, if your website is not mobile optimized, it takes longer than 2.5 seconds to load, it doesn't have an updated privacy policy, right? The imagery is kind of broken, you send them to a different website with a different image, those count against you. You get penalized in the ad auction, which then Facebook will suppress the reach of your campaign, which then creates, well, basically a lot more friction. Less people are going to see the ad. So a click-through rate is lower, means then a lower amount of leads and a higher cost per lead. And we want to avoid that at all costs. So this is built to perform and built to win. That's what's been really driving this and the success of this. So if we look at this case study we recently published, we had a gentleman that spent $495 in Facebook ad spend. And with that, he generated a 3,940% return on his investment. So 570 leads, and this is from 2 ads, right? 2 ads with walled garden, only spending $495. So 87 cents cost per lead, 18 active clients, 2 homes under contract, and 1 home closed. So that was Chris Dudley, and he generated, I think it was, let's see, $20,000 in commissions earned so far. And I just got word that he actually just closed on his other 2 homes. So the ROI is actually much higher than this. I received a text message over the weekend from a person out of Florida that double-ended a $1.7 million deal from walled garden. She was extremely excited. It was her first ad that she ran. So we're seeing a lot of great success from this, and it's fun, it's easy, and it takes less than 30 seconds to build these ads. That way, again, you don't have to go through the trouble of learning Facebook advertising, which I've done for almost, well, actually a little over a decade now, and then professionally for 7 years. And I can tell you that it changes on a daily basis. It's an ongoing process where you always have to be the student. You never truly master it. It's always, always, always going. So with us, using software, we are constantly adding in what we're learning, what we're building, and it's machine learning in the background. So we've given it a right type of mindset in the algorithm inside the actual software itself to do the right thing, exactly how I would do it, but except it's software, so it's going to be much smarter. And that's how it works. Now, in terms of generating more listings from this and maximizing it to get more buyers, with the whole golden rule of 2 buyers and 1 listing for every listing you promote, here's what I suggest. Create your ad, build it, right? Get it out there. First step is, as the leads come in, you want to follow up with them via text message. You can automate this process using third-party tools, but you want to say, hey, thanks so much for checking out the listing I posted on Facebook. I am actually generating about 7 different custom home valuations for some clients of mine in the area. Are you a homeowner? Would you like a custom home valuation? If they reply back yes, well, then we have a seller lead. And then you pivot the conversation to focus more on giving value and identifying what their needs are. So I understand that you're looking for homes too, because you clicked on my ad for that property, but you also want a home. Are you needing to buy or needing to sell before you buy? What do your plans look like? As you know, the market's crazy. Prices are all over the place. We'd be more than happy to really give you the right assessment. I don't want you to leave money on the table. So that way you can generate a portion of those that say yes, they're seller leads. Typically, it's about that 15 to 20% of those that are going to be seller leads, people that actually intend to buy later, but they're doing some market research, right? Where should we buy a home? Is that the right school district? Is that the right type of community we want to be in? What are the prices like? How does it affect us? So this way you're fishing upstream. And it's all about the end game, about how you follow up with them via text message. And via text message is where we see a good majority, about 90% of the conversions take place. Conversations typically take place via text message, and then it builds up rapport, but you offer value via text first, right? You're not saying, you know, are you planning on selling? Let's set an appointment. Are you pre-approved? All of those are questions that are going to repel people and get them to really just back off. You want to be as cool as a cucumber, right? Develop that relationship, offer value, and get them to come in. So from there, the next step is reaching out to your past clients, letting them know. So what you would do is you would take a screenshot of this, right? Or you would take this hyperlink here and you would email it out to them, but also text them and say, hey, I just listed this property on Eagle Ridge Drive. As soon as I did it, I thought of you. I know that we've talked in the past and you guys bought your home, I think it was about 8 years ago. I just want to double check with you and see if you may have any friends that are interested in this property, but also when are you planning on selling in the near future? What are your future real estate plans? So you're reaching out to them, you're letting them know that you're actively marketing, and they're going to see your marketing, and your marketing presents you as that authority figure. We all have that one real estate agent in our local market we look up to, whether we're frenemies or there's that someone that's in your office that you would love to work with, or you love that their branding and their positioning. We know their marketing and we see them on social media, and we have this perception that typically that they are the expert and pro because this omnipresence. And sadly, we're kind of in this world today where perception is reality. If we don't see someone marketing themselves, we don't hear from them, we don't see their success, we don't really understand or see that they're in the market. So we don't reach out to them. And that's where a lot of us lose business from referrals and friends and our SOI. So you want to reach out to them and show them the marketing that you're doing. So that way they go, wow, you guys created a beautiful single property website and you're running Facebook ads for it. And they look at you then again as the expert and someone to reach out to. And it's an opportunity just to create a conversation. So use that every time you list something, reach out to your database with that. Then also post on your own Facebook page and business page, the hyperlink here. Tell the story of the marketing. We just listed this property and here's how we're marketing it. We built a beautiful single property website for it. We are doing Facebook marketing that is targeting buyers and sellers in the local market. And we're also targeting people that are in a different market than this, that are migrating to our local area. Now, from this, we are also starting to get a lot of inquiries. We have a lot of buyers that are looking to buy a home. If you are in the market or you're going to sell your home in the near future, we have a whole pool of buyers that are waiting for a property just like yours. Message me today. As you see, this is how we market our homes. So you're getting it out there in multiple different places. That's going to attract people that want your marketing. They want you to sell their home. And they're going to see you as the authority figure, but also it's going to draw other people in that are going to just kind of be on the sidelines and kind of watch. So it's all about repetition. You got to keep doing this. This is what I did that really built up my huge listing inventory to the point where then I sold my brokerages and I cashed out. I wanted to jump on a whole different journey of building Facebook marketing software and getting into marketing because that's what I truly loved. But during that time, I had a wild ride. It was really fun. I became top 30 under 30, Realtor Magazine finalist. It was an exciting time, and this works. Just rinse and repeat this methodology. All right, I think we've got some time for some questions here. So let's open it up. If you guys have anything, happy to answer them and happy to help.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Travis. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we would have time at the end for questions. But since we do, yeah, go ahead and drop any questions you may have in the Q&A or in the chat field. Both are just fine options.
Marissa, Travis, I actually have one. So
Yeah.
How long is that website good for? Is it just the 10 days that you have it on Facebook?
Great question. Yes, it's for the duration of the campaign itself. So it'll exist. So if it's for 10 days, it'll be there for 10 days. All right, any other questions? Now, if you don't have your own listings, you can use someone else's with their permission, and it will simply just change your contact information on the bottom of the single property website. That way you can generate leads from their listings. Same principle and same idea of marketing open houses, except you're leveraging other people's listings, and you're just doing it on a digital level. And it's actually a lot less effort, right, in terms of setting up an open house. So that's a great strategy we're seeing a lot of people doing, and it's been able to open up a lot more opportunities for them. And it's kind of this cooperative environment where they ask their friends and colleagues and other agents that they work with, can I market your listings? Would you mind? And a lot of people say, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then you can just market their listings and get more leads from that. Hi, Maria, do you help us place our ads? Yes, so the ads are automatically placed. So as soon as you go through, right, and you hit view Facebook ad, and then you hit purchase this ad, it books the ad for you. The ad is placed and it's off and running. So this is a Facebook lead generation ad, generating leads and then sending them over to the beautiful Sumo Property website. Those two coexist together. One can't exist without the other. And these are not posts. These are not boosted posts. If you're doing Facebook marketing on your own and you're boosting posts, please stop. It's burning cash. You're wasting money. Don't boost posts. It's not real Facebook advertising. This is lead generation. So this is a Facebook ad that's targeting people that are more than likely to buy or sell in the near future.
Can you also talk about the difference between a personal Facebook page and a business Facebook page?
Yeah, definitely. So a personal Facebook page is where you have friends that are connected to that page, and every time that you post something, it's going to typically roll up, and the people that you're friends with are going to see your posts. A business page is a page that's similar, except it's going to unlock a lot of different tools. The ability to create Facebook ads, the ability to create custom audiences of people that have engaged with your business page or that have watched your videos. That way you can then actually run ads directly to them, and it's going to unlock really a big treasure trove of a lot of different tools that you may not have. So I always suggest that you should always have a business page, either one or two, a personal brand page that's you, or then just a regular page that, ABC Real Estate or Venture Realty Group Facebook page, where you can be posting your content from there. You do need a business page to run ads through Walled Garden though.
Okay, and another question, do we go to Walled Garden website to place our ad? So maybe go through again, just the very beginning steps for someone interested in getting started with these ads.
Yes, so you'd go to walledgardenhq.com right here, and then you're going to log in using that. And I'm going to drop that in here for everyone in the chat there. So walledgardenhq.com. So you click on that, and then you're going to log in. That'll use your personal Facebook login. And then when you go to actually launch the ad is when you're going to choose your business page. And then that's when you're going to have the opportunity to choose your business page.
Okay, and does this also accumulate the data and recommend follow-up marketing actions?
So it does show the data, and that data is going to be in the ads section here. You're going to have an opportunity to see those. So this is one that I ran a while back for 10 days, $10 a day. We generated 74 leads at $1.35 each, with an audience of 3,400 and 7,400 impressions. So that data is there. Now, it will show it down here, all of the leads, first name, email, phone number. Because this is over 90 days old, Facebook's terms of service is that they then, those leads expire after 90 days, but it does show there. You can then route these leads to your favorite CRM. We don't necessarily give you any kind of follow-up tools or suggestions. There's lots of different CRMs that we work with that have a lot of great tools out there that can really be the driving force for some of those. So, you can use callaction.co, there's verse.io, Power ISA, Lion Desk. There's a lot of great different tools out there that allow you to do that.
Perfect. You just answered the Lion Desk question as well. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other, I know we want to be respectful of your time. Are there any last minute questions that you have? Throw them in the chat. Also, is there any way that you want to leave everyone to contact you, or is it just the best to go straight through the Walled Garden website?
Yeah, I would highly recommend going through the Walled Garden website. We've got a full chat support team there. And if you want to connect with me directly, go to travistom.com, and there's different ways to connect with me there.
Perfect.
There's one other question in there, Marissa. It's a pretty good one if we have time.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see. Sorry, I missed that. Let's go back here.
That's why we work as a team.
Let's see. Oh, in terms of retargeting and spending more on ads. So that was a follow-up question to the previous one. Does that make sense?
There's a little blur. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be, Walled Garden is going to launch retargeting tools this summer. But in terms of retargeting, there's all sorts of different opportunities. It depends on the audience size, and the type of objective that you've chosen for the campaign. So that's a bit of a broad, deeper question. So that for that person, I would highly recommend go to travistom.com, reach out to me from there, and I'm more than happy to give you more defined, deeper answer on that.
Perfect. And then I was going to mention everyone else, if you have more follow-up questions, you can reach out to your local rep in the different heritage offices. We'd be happy to sit down with you and go over Walled Garden a little bit more with you and help answer any questions. If there's something we can't answer, obviously we can connect with Travis as well. So thank you guys for spending the time with us this morning. I hope it was extra valuable for you. And again, thank you for giving us your time this morning. And
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Travis. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.